is Alyssa Leal. We are in Shelley, Idaho right now. I normally live in Rexburg. This is my model, Sydney. She's my sister-in-law. She lives out of town, and so we came down here to do it. This is the dress that I made for her. So what I decided to do was it was going to be a high collar dress, and then with a big flowy skirt. You can spin around to show them how it flows. It's a circle skirt, so it's enormous, and it was a lot of fun to make, and I'm so glad it fit you. And then I gave it normal sleeves, but I ended up having a little extra room, so I gave them like puffs on them. And then it just had a sash, and then if you take off the sash, you can show them. So I wanted to make it a little bit easier, so instead, so you can see how it's a little bit like looser at the waist. I made it that way so I didn't have to worry about contouring around the waist, and then it was a lot simpler just to get on and off. And then if you put the sash back on, it just fits it just perfectly, and then it's all comfortable to wear. So that was what I decided. I was going to do the polka dot fabric, and I remember Sister Mina really liked it, but I felt kind of bad because I ended up running out of fabric. So we switched it at the last minute to this instead, but now it's a pretty Easter dress, so we're happy about it. Then with that, so because I had to run out of town to do it, I forgot to bring my pattern pieces, but I'll explain how they worked. So for the bust pattern, like on the top with the bodice, what I did was I kept it the exact same original sloper. The only difference was that I took out the waist dart so that it would be looser, and then that way it would have that looseness so that you could tie it around the waist. And then I kept the back the exact same, but again took out the waist dart. And then the circle skirt, I didn't actually make a pattern for it because it is an enormous skirt and I didn't want to use up that much paper. So instead I just marked out on the floor how much, so I got out the fabric and then I did a pin and then I did a circle all the way around it to cut it out, and then it ended up exactly a perfect circle. And then with these, I just already had some strips of yellow, so I just sewed them up together. And then the same with the collar. I just used the regular standing collar one that we made in class, and it was already Sydney's size, so it was perfect to work with. And then I ended up changing something from the original pattern, so if you could turn around. And then I switched out, I was going to do a lap zipper, but I realized that it works just great with the invisible zipper instead, so that's what I switched to. And then again, the collar, I'm probably going to add a little clip later, but I didn't have any at home, and everything's closed down, so I couldn't go buy one. But that's what I would do to finish it off and make it look nice. You can turn back around again. And then, do you like the dress?
Yes.
I'm so glad. Oh, good. And the coolest thing about this project was probably getting to actually make something from scratch, because I didn't know that was even possible, but I just took from Sid's measurements and actually made it, and it fit her. And that was like the coolest feeling ever. So now I can do that with myself or like with my kids, and I get to make clothes now with like ultimate freedom, and it's so cool. And then the biggest challenge was probably the measuring process. It was really long and it was really hard to get everything, and we didn't realize how long it would be, so we were not prepared and we were super tired during all of it. But the measurements still worked out okay, and we had everything that we needed to, but I will know for next time to plan more time and to eat food before we do the measuring process so that we're not exhausted. So it'll be good. And thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye.